Pregame.com.
USC minus 21.5 at Colorado. Friday Night Football. Who do you like and why?
You're going to sound crazy, but I'm going with Colorado in this one. I'm going to take the points. I don't expect them to go in there and win, so don't go out and take Colorado on the money line. But we're going to take them plus an inflated number against a team that is in the worst scheduling spot you could possibly have.
Okay, so for you, there's different types of handicappers. One of them, or one of the handicapping disciplines, is motivation and scheduling, and that's one of your specialties, that and trap games. Break it down for us, what you're saying, one of the worst. What is making it, clearly it's obvious, off of a big game, a tough lot. Not only were they really hyped for the game against Stanford, USC, but they lost, and it was a disappointing, controversial loss. So that's obvious. Now what?
Well, you've heard me talk several times this year that Southern Cal's not going to a bowl game, okay? So there's going to be places where you got to question their motivation. They're going to get up for certain games. I said TV games will be games they'll get up for. Obviously, Stanford last week was a game they would get up for. Now you say, well, but Marco, they're playing on TV on Friday night. Well, this will be their fourth straight TV game. So the luster of the TV game is going to kind of fade.
It's like when you're in a strip club for the first time. You can't believe all the girls are topless. But at your age, you look and you just straight, it's like, whatever.
Let a guy. But I guess that's an analogy, you know. So for Southern Cal, they've seen all the strippers now, and now it's late at night, and they've brought out the one that probably should have been retired about 5 years ago, okay? And they're just not going to be interested in this.
Well, since you only go to the strip clubs with no cover charge, so it's a whole different thing.
I don't go to the strip clubs anymore, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. I don't. But let's just move along because you're getting me in trouble. Situation being here with Colorado, Dustin. Colorado's playing at home. This is their Super Bowl, okay? They're a bad team. There's no question about it, but they are going to be jacked. You've got Southern Cal, another negative. We talked about it in the last video. It's a short week. They're playing on a Friday, on the road. But let's take it a step further. They're coming off that 3 overtime game. That's a huge negative for any team playing in those overtime games. It's draining, you know, the excitement of, you know, matching score for score, the whole 9 yards. Now they're going to play in Colorado. Where's Colorado? Mile high altitude. Fatigue factor is going to play a part in this game. You know, you're talking about the thin air, playing in the fourth quarter. You're not interested in the opponent that you're playing. Everything is perfect for taking this is the shot to take Colorado. John Q. Public's going to look at last week's game and say they could have, should have beat Stanford. They're going to be pissed. They're going to want to roll this team. I don't see it. I see them coming out flat as a pancake, and this is a team that has shown earlier in the year that they're not a disciplined ball club. They've given up a lot of points in a lot of games.
And that brings up my point, which is there's certain types of kids that they seem like that they don't do well as big favorites. Usually it's the kid, let's be honest, it certainly wasn't the case for me, but if in high school, if when you were 13 years old, people are going out of their way, you know, the LeBron James phenomenon, to give you stuff, to, you know, maybe not be on the cover of magazines, but if you're a world-class player in Florida, let's say, or in California when you're 13 or 14, you're dating all the prettiest girls, the teachers are giving you a break, et cetera, et cetera. And it really creates a mentality that doesn't engender discipline. Now, this is a generalization, but that's what handicappers do. So when you look at a team like a USC, in Miami of Florida as an example, if I recall from a video we did recently, as big favorites, they don't do well typically, ATS. Now, you look at a team like Boise, who those kids, even though they have the superior scheme, they have the superior players, they usually aren't the type of kids, and again, a generalization that takes things for granted. So they're good as big favorites. I think if you simply said, take the 6 or 7 teams with the lowest work ethic and bet against them every time that they're laying more than 21, and then take the 5 good teams that have the best work ethic and bet on them, I think you'd really see a big difference. So I think that USC is the type of team that can take a team for granted, I think, which feeds into your analysis. And by the way, the rest of it, the altitude thing was wonderful because great analysis, because think about it. Usually what the standard response is, well, if a team comes out slow out of the chute, maybe play against them in the first half. So your thinking is maybe play Colorado in the first half. But if the motivation hurts them in the first half and the fatigue hurts them in the second half, you might have a heck of a play here. Give us your projection.
I'm going to call for the Southern Cal win because, as I said, this Colorado team is bad, but I'm only going to make it 34-20. We're going to go with Colorado plus the inflated number, and I just don't see them losing by over 3 scores in this game.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into overtime here, and for those that haven't seen overtime is when we have a subject, sometimes it's handicapping, occasionally it's promotional, which is beyond the actual pick. So if all you care about is the pick, you're done with the video. But otherwise, though, we're going to be talking about Marco's 50th birthday and a very special offer. So I'm confused because I've been hearing about your 50th birthday for about 6 months maybe. So you're not 50 yet.
They're going to be on Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Yep.
All right. So you're going back to PA, got big things planned, but you want to do a little something special for your followers. What are you doing?
We're going to offer Friday, Saturday.
This is your camera.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to give all of our plays $50 for the 50th birthday.
So typically Friday is, well, Saturday typically is how much?
Saturday and Sunday is typically $35 each day.
So it's 70. Now you give them Monday too?
It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. Okay. All right. So sounds like that you're saying Friday's like what, 20 bucks?
$20, $25, depends on the game.
Okay, so you're $90 for 50, so great value.
Right.
All right. Now let me make a suggestion. Is 50 is not a good year. Who are we kidding? But remember, this is the youngest you're ever going to be today.
Well,
Never again will you be this young.
Maybe, that's the first thing you said today. I really agree with.
Maybe make it 49, because maybe next year, only what 2,000 people are going to see this video. The rest of the world. Right, 7 billion minus 2,000. They don't know you're 50. Maybe you make it 49.
But you've been telling people for years that I'm like in my 80s, so I should maybe sell. Maybe I should sell it for 80.
Listen, I say for at least a couple more weeks. You know, on a show once they said this is my 3rd anniversary of turning 29. A girl said. So let's make it 49.
All right, we'll make it 49. Boss says he wants 49.
All right, guys. Remember what we're doing. That's fun is and insightful is we're taking these videos, we're embedding them in pregame forums, and all the participants are answering any and all questions that you have after watching the videos. For example, you can say, hey, Marco, can we see a scan of your birth certificate? That would be fine. Now, he's not obligated to give it, but you can ask the question. All you got to do is go to pregamevideos.com. You can see all the videos for each week's football and continue the conversation. Talk to you there.